blah blah blah. Ugh. Having a good night. I have been doing some stoofs off camera. Not a lot of stoofs, but some stoofs. I'm getting this done, which is good because it means I get a lot of stuff. I need heals. I guess I might as well do some basic ass pulls. Well, that's a bug bite. The Skyrider scored. How much longer? 16 days, I think. 12 days. 12 days until that refreshes. Bear with me, I forgot to get my phone. Make sure the damn thing is mute. Okie dokie. I think we're good. I'll put that there, I guess. Okay. Just enough. And by just enough, I mean 2 over. I'm still kind of debating whether or not to pull for Shiloh or oh right, I actually went there for a reason. But I'm still debating pulling for Shiloh or her weapon. Dog.
Bring it.
I'm pretty sure this is illegal, but I'm willing to bet they won't arrest me for it. I gotta head that way. Sploosh. Except not sploosh. Okay, now sploosh. Finding chests in this area is going to be an absolute nightmare for me. But I have to find the chest so I can get all the sigils. I still have Fontanium bosses to fight, so I should probably think about doing that here soon. Give me the thingy! The Hydriculus, that's what it was. That's the word I'm looking for. Aquanigma. Current party level is too low, I'm aware. But I also don't care. And YouTube's fine. I'm glad there's no oxygen meter. That'd probably stress me out to high heaven. Alrighty then. What is this? Party set. It's allowing me to change my party setup here? What? That's new.
Bring it. Lake Bear. Yeah.
And you're dead. Where's the other dog? Attack of the puppy! Okay, now we start this.
The floor is going up. Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
Chest. And a Hydra sigil. Yay!
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way.
Oh!
Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
Okay, so yeah. There we go. Do I target these for anything? No. No, why would I target those for anything? And I doubt there's anything in here that I can do. Oh. Oh no. I can't even get out of the water. Sorry if I seem quiet. I am tired. Today also seems like a week where, or a weekend where everybody's kind of like busy with their own thing, which is fine. It sucks, but it's fine. I get it. Life is a bish. Oh, it needed water to turn. That's kind of nutty, to be honest.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Oh my goodness, I just realized I'm in a Legend of Zelda Water Temple. Fine. Ugh. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, hello. Stop shooting at me. I did not give you consent to shoot at me.
Tell me what you see. Not too far now.
Rain outlines your fate. Bring it. Let the mountains be spoiled.
Laid to bear.
You're all dead. Much like my soul. I'm kidding. That's cool looking. I do like the aesthetic of this area. I really like gears. Like the concept. Like, I just like gears.
The path is clear. Let's go.
Like, to me, they look cool. I like how they mesh together, how they rotate things, how, like, there's, like, the physics involved isn't, like, it's not complicated, but it also can get complicated. Like how one simple change to how a gear is made or set up can make or break a machine. Like all of it. I like all of it. I'm in trouble, aren't I?
Witness the power of the wild.
Time to say hello. Farewell.
Transfixed.
Yeah, no, you're getting beat up, buddy.
Laid to bear. Witness my rise.
I need healing.
Transfixed.
I am somewhat grateful that this area has no grass or anything to light on fire because Arle is her own worst enemy in most anywhere that has grassland. Like, I have lost more health to Arle herself than I have to fucking enemies.
After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum.
The innermost sanctum. The innermost
As
sanctum.
expected, the mastermind isn't here. That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the Opera House and help Navia. What's all this? It's a bunch of really cute things.
Oh, that's dark.
Accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
Gee, I wonder where they all came from.
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute things labeled with different girls' names?
It's just now hitting me how dark this story is.
Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here? And then they were turned into water. And all the boxes of things. These names. That means... Oh, this is terrible.
Like, these people actively kidnapped girls, brought them here, and turned them into water. I think I found the primordial seawater.
Oh, look! There's an important looking basin over here. And it's full of water. That means this is where they make all the synth. And that special water is the main ingredient. If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth. But the pure stuff can dissolve a human. Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence.
How do they... How on earth do they get it without someone touching it? Like, I've taken chemistry before, even if it's like some of the most basic stuff, and like, I've struggled at times to keep the freaking ingredients from touching me.
Let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes Detective Paimon's eyes. Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him. Yep, it's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it. This should prove the existence of the third person, right? We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely. I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups. They're all just so evil.
I just don't understand. Like, okay, so like, obviously it's a drug empire. Am I far enough into the stream to be able to say that? I hope so. I kind of gave myself a buffer.
Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea. Mixing in progress? Ready to drink? Stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled.
Well, obviously, you don't want one of the idiots who's addicted to that stuff to drink the primordial seawater, then you lose a freaking worker. I don't know how I feel about fruit-flavored synth.
Yep, it's super obvious.
Like, obviously this is a drug operation. But why go through kidnappings? That doesn't make sense. arguably, you'd be better off just focusing on the drug trade.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough.
Okay.
The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved. Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just...
So, okay, so did this start as a fucking...
scary before. How could someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone? You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
Okay, so, like, I gotta ask. Did this start as an experiment to figure out how to de-dissolve somebody from Primordial Sea? Is it save? Okay.
So that's why you did all of these experiments.
Okay. My question was immediately answered.
Do you really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane! Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments? So that's it! Vache was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either! If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
Theory time. I think they discovered the primordial seawater recently. She got a hold. She touched it. She became water. He's trying to figure out a way to reverse it.
In any case, Paimon will write it all down. We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on. But, yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals his true identity.
I think it's
No wonder even Neuvillette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit. Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
so one of two things. I think that oh, what's his name? The dude's name that we're accusing. Charlie. We'll call him Charlie. Charlie is Vacher because he reacted in a rather unique way to Navia saying the name. He sounded very surprised. And I would assume that that surprise comes from him not hearing his name in a long time. Especially if he went out of his way to destroy it all.
You take that side and Paimon will take this side. Check everything carefully. We'll find something for sure.
It's all dependent on what we find, to be honest.
Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
I was about to ask, why would there be snacks in here? But then I realized that, yeah, researchers would have snacks stashed away somewhere.
Whoa, really? Let Paimon see.
That's a really interesting book.
Yeah. Isn't that Vache's lover's name? Then you found her diary. Let's see. Aw. It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet, too. Oh, Paimon
Oh,
feels
she
no
was-
worse for her now.
She was potentially pregnant. I can't read that.
decided on was
Please pronounce it for me.
Marcel. Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vacher and Vinier's grown son?
Okay, no, that's not a thing that I thought it would be, but okay.
Hey! Paimon still hasn't figured it out yet.
That makes sense. Actually. Yeah, no, yeah, nope, yep. Okay. that
And whose image do you see, Marcel?
tracks.
Is it a man named Vacher? Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
See, it was all confusing me because, like, why would Child be the main culprit? Because he's too young, considering I'm pretty sure they said a while back that it's been spanning literal decades. Obviously, copycat killers can be a thing, but...
I was waiting for you to say that.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
It's all right, Monsieur Nervalette.
Poor
In
Nervalette.
their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
Poor Nervalette. Yeah, it would be this one.
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vacher.
Okay, so my initial theory was right.
We've
Well,
investigated
potentially.
your lair. We already know everything. After your lover, Vinier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vacher.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established. This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this? Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me.
So it was decades.
There's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vinier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever. You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice. Your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Vinier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will follow. But I'm not from this blasted place, so I can't be dissolved, no matter what I do.
primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Can't dissolve!
Okay, very clearly this guy is in a state of mental instability, and I genuinely feel bad for him. Like, what he did was monstrous, and I hate that he did it, because it's so freaking dark. But at the same time, like, he's raising a point. Like, he hasn't once tried to justify what he's done. He knows what he did was wrong. But the issue is, like, nobody took him seriously. Nobody tried to actually investigate.
Do you all see? I can't go. I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back?
Okay, there's the justification.
I did all of that. And in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me.
Also, what a weird flex. Grabbing a thing of primordial seawater and actively just drinking it. Hi, Jester! My theory was correct, Jester. Vacher and Marcel were the same person. I had also thought that Marcel could have been... I also called him Charlie for some reason. I don't know why. I couldn't remember his name, and Charlie stuck out to me. I also thought... Paimon made a mention that it's Marcel is their kid, which also kind of made sense to me, considering like this took decades. I just didn't know how many decades it took, so it makes sense that it makes more sense that Marcel is Vacher rather than Marcel is Vacher's kid.
I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
Also, he's crashing out. Somewhat justifiable, but he's crashing out. I now have a question. What happens when somebody from... So he's got to be Shneznayan, right? He's Shneznayan, if I remember correctly. What happens when a Shneznayan and a Fontaine have a kid, and the kid is exposed to primordial water? Do they dissolve, do they not dissolve, or do they have to dissolve?
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me. I still need to save Vignere. Our promise. We made a promise.
Like, this whole... And I touched upon it earlier, but I'm going to touch upon it now that you're, like, here to, like, communicate with it. This storyline, like, this part of the storyline is so very dark. Because basically what happens is a person dissolves, and they slowly lose their sense of identity and just become one with the water. And it's just very, very... Is that what the cubes are? Are the cubes that I've been complimenting for the longest time primordial seawater?
Vignere! Vignere! Please, Vignere! Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
It still throws me off that child's name is Tartaglia.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Child, please return to the room.
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case.
Also, poor
The man
Novelette.
now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher, and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vignere. During an underwater expedition, Vignere accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea, and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result. Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others, and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vignere back to life.
Also, now it makes sense oh crap, what is it? The targets for his kidnappings. Because, scientifically speaking, you would want somebody of the same age, size, build, gender as the person that got, like, infected, dissolved, etc. to figure out how to fix the issue.
To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson.
Also, I'm sorry, Poisson is basically almost literally spelled poison.
During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth.
So is that just to fund his research?
However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula.
Okay, that answers my question. My questions have been getting answered very quickly throughout this entire stream so far.
After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene. And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge.
I love how they use the freaking idle animation for Linny for that entire
He was eventually
backdrop.
successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
I'm sorry, me personally, I'd probably be reacting to the guy in the front row, third seat from the left. Literally just sitting there staring like, what the fuck is happening?
The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher.
Are we going to get a twist where it's going to say he's not guilty? That's a lot of pomp and circumstance just for a letter.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vacher is guilty.
Guards, take Vacher away.
I would not have been surprised if it said not guilty.
Good. It's what he deserves.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
Are we certain?
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
Interesting thing about that, actually. Most serial killers actually are very good at blending in with society, and sometimes are actually well-known people in their societies.
We helped Navia bring the bad guy to justice! He's hurt so many innocent people, and now he's finally getting what he deserves!
Yeah, what's the minimum he's done? 24?
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice.
Like, the bare minimum he's kidnapped and disappeared is 24.
Yeah. Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner. See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Okay, so where's the twist?
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending.
Why'd you open your mouth, child?
Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
Ugh, what now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just...
Is this where the twist
It has been
comes?
established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Tartaglia is guilty.
What?
Hey, hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent? What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
I mean, I was right, but I'm still confused.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger?
Shut up.
Do you think the Oratrice
I agree, but shut
just
up.
convicted him on general principle?
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict.
See, this is where I draw... This is kind of where I draw a line. Like, don't let the machine be the thing that determines the verdict. I mean, obviously, you can be corrupted and also have, like, a biased opinion as a human as well, but, like, all evidence is saying not guilty, and then the machine is saying guilty.
Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
Oh, right, because he can't use his vision. Great cinematic, and I love the music. Oh, he's going full Harbinger. Oh, Foul Legacy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did he just self-destruct?
I am sorry.
Oh,
If
no.
we've been wronged, we will find the truth.
Nouvellette just said, okay, well, this is done.
Must be upheld.
Did you get cut? Or was that,
Hey, Monsieur Nouvellette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court.
I'm sorry, I looked away for a very split second and looked back and saw like the after effects of an explosion cloud, so I had assumed he just like self-destructed. I didn't see Nouvellette jump in and just knock his shit. Oh my goodness, Nouvellette just said, the shit's done. Nap time.
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it! I don't know what happened there either. Hey, stop staring at me!
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of some sort of random mishap? Don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement.
I get she's putting on a front, but holy shit, the freaking mild panic she had was kind of funny to me.
And
don't look at me!
For every performance, there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary judgment!
I'm sorry, doubling down on a bad thing happening is never a good sign in hindsight.
If you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence.
Okay, I know I've hated on the Fatui and the Harbingers a lot in this entire series. Like, absolutely a lot. But at least mine's based on facts.
Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable. All shall be revealed in time.
I can't tell if you're trying to be...
To understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Oratrice's verdict.
Well, okay, so I'll put it this way. If for some reason Child is involved in this, he's a far better actor than I thought.
Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
I'm sorry that genuinely had the energy of, my work here is done, but you did nothing. See ya.
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
This was literally the freaking Tuxedo Mask meme, I'm not gonna lie. My work here is done. You did nothing. So long!
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea. However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
Okay, Jester, genuine question. When we talk involved, is it he actually is involved, or it's like leeway where he didn't realize that he was just a part of the plan, the actual plan? I feel like it's the latter.
Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now.
Because I'm sorry, like, Child has given me, unless this was part of his story quests, which I will do in the future, Child has given me no information to prove to me that he is actually, like, a genuinely good actor.
After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff, so he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
I don't know how much political influence... I don't know how much political influence... Give me a second, I'm buying Intertwined Fates. Can I do his story quest is the question. Does he only have one? Oh no, not again. Tempest Fugi. That's Lisa, right? Well, hang on a sec. Who the fuck is Tempest Fugi? Huh. Also, his image is a fucking narwhal. I love it. Well, we're gonna do a few story quests then. I don't know how many I have to do to unlock it. I'm pretty sure I have to do at least 2. And no, I didn't look it up. Only reason I think 2 is because the fact that I have to do Lisa's first, and Lisa was a relatively early introduction character, kind of doesn't fill me with hope. Now, see, I want to point out that this is bothering me because I really want to get to Nyland!
If you're borrowing a book, please register it in the log. The restricted section is currently not lending any books.
I love her voice.
It's you, little cutie. It's so good to see you. More refreshing than a strong cup of tea in the afternoon.
Clearly you're meant to be working, but you don't seem to have your heart in it at all.
I mean, other than Jean, who really works that earnestly anyway? So, did you have something you needed? Or did you just come to see me?
She's overtly flirtatious.
Ooh, a smooth talker. Not what I was expecting.
Ha 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 ha! Get parried.
Got any books to recommend?
Get verbally parried.
Recommended books.
Flirtatiously parried.
Sadly, everything I'd personally recommend is all in the restricted section, which we're not currently lending out.
What's with your ominous tone?
Oh, right. Would you be interested in checking out the Devat travel guide? I think it would be quite helpful for you as travelers here.
Ooh, sounds like it could be helpful. Do you think we could take a peek?
I suppose I can try to find you a copy from the list.
Isn't this Lisa's job? What does she mean, I suppose?
Was that in your head?
Oh dear. That's unfortunate. Our copy is currently being borrowed. That said, it is now overdue.
Not an overdue library, but story time!
I really wish people would just return their books on time.
As a younger child, I was homeschooled.
The air in here suddenly feel a lot more electrified.
Oh, that's terrifying. When she gets angry, everything gets electrified. I'm glad she's around books.
Such a pain. I'm going out to bring those unreturned books back.
But anyways, so when I was a child, I went to Philadelphia with my paternal grandmother, my mother, and my father. We were going to see some Egyptian exhibits because at the time I was doing some Egyptian-based school stuff.
You really are such a considerate cutie.
Let's see.
During this time, because of how far apart a lot of the stuff we were visiting was,
It's called With Wind Comes Glory. So let's meet there shortly.
with how far apart everything was, we needed a cab. Well, at one point, during a cab drive, I should say, I had accidentally left my bag in the vehicle. So, in this bag was a Game Boy Color, a Game Boy Advance SP, an $80 library book, and a few things to, like, handle the heat, because we did go in summer. When I say I chased down this cab, I'm not joking. They had rounded a corner. I had realized that I had already misplaced my bag and was already running by the time my mother even realized what was happening. And my mother's usually the one that had to keep an eye on me when I was younger, because I was very adept at disappearing without saying anything. So, during this event, I remember her telling me that when she had rounded the corner, I was already 2 blocks down the road and in the cab after I had tracked it down. I had tracked down a already driven cab in the course of a few seconds. Less than a minute. And I can tell you right now, the one thing I cared about out of that entire bag was not the $80 library book. But that didn't help either. What bothered me the most was the games in the bag. So I had to make sure I caught that cab. My priorities were definitely on point that day. But that's why to this day I carry a messenger bag, usually. Unless I absolutely have to wear a backpack. I usually keep a messenger bag because, for one, it's a lot easier to carry around for me. And for two, if I get in a vehicle, like a cab or something like that, that shit sits firmly on my lap and I know where it is. Okay, that should be all the books I can pick up, right? Nope, I'm missing one. I see it. I got an achievement, too. Okay, I'm missing Clear Springs, Legend of the Shattered Halberd, and Moonlit Bamboo Forest. Still. Fantastic. Okay. I wanted to collect the books while telling the story. That way you all were able to, like, see some movement and not be bored out of your mind. More books! I guess I'll check back later for the rest of that. Where's the exit? I found the exit. It's amazing how that only took an hour to get through that part of the story. Well, less than an hour, because I was also kind of dicking around in a library.
Bring it.
I'm still debating whether or not to pull for Shiloh or the sword, because for one, if I pull for Shiloh and I don't get her, I'm building pity. But if I pull for the sword and I get it, that's all those wishes kind of quote-unquote wasted. For when I want Aoife slash
Beauty, you're here. Let's begin,
Effie. Also, supposedly there were some changes to Aoife that a lot of people aren't happy about, but I'm like over here sitting like, wasn't Aoife's things kind of like a leak?
Souvenir to remember it by.
So, if it's a leak, wouldn't that also like be subject to change because we don't know 100% the certainty of the information?
So it is. In that case, I declare this the day of my life I wish I could get back, because I spent my first ever outing with someone taking them on an annoying errand.
Don't you think that's a bit long?
Well, if it's a souvenir you're after, you're in the right place. I'm sure you'll find something that strikes your fancy, Lisa. Or you could let your new friend pick something out.
You're
for
not
you.
catching the hint, and that's dangerous for somebody with lightning powers.
Yes, let us pick.
Take a look around. There's sure to be something she'll love.
Am I on a date with Lisa? What's with the question marks?
Take a look around. Take a look around.
I get to pick bloomers or a ragged old scroll. Can't I get this bitch some flowers? I say that in a nice way, by the way. I know some people don't like being called bitch, and that's fair. But usually if I like a person, I'll resort to calling them a bitch.
Come take a look. There
So,
will definitely be something that catches your eye.
why are there question marks? That makes me think that I'm missing things.
Take a look around. Take a look around.
I was talking to Lisa, bitch. That was not nice.
Take a look around.
Okay, so if I talk to Lisa, I also talk to her. You don't do this to me. Don't give me options. That's not a souvenir unless she's an... Is she an archaeologist? I'll take a risk.
This is a historical relic retrieved from some ruins by one of the Adventurers Guild. Sure, there's a bit of wear and tear.
Okay, question. Why do you have it?
Must be well over 1,000 years old. Though it doesn't make much sense to me.
Why do you have it then?
My goodness. This is one of the 3 lost scrolls that make up the Northern Border Wind investigation. What is it doing here?
That's what I'm asking.
Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
Yes.
My. You clearly know a treasure when you see it. This is a work of unparalleled significance for the research of ancient people's understanding of the elements. I will gladly accept it. Goodness, is that the time? Marjorie, one last thing. About the legend of Vanessa.
Oh, so you're a fan of the gallant Lady Vanessa too? Why didn't you say so? I have all sorts of items I could recommend. For example, this lion's tooth pendant with Vanessa's name carved into it. It was once a medal awarded to a knight by the great lady herself.
Does she not realize that Lisa works at the library? Never mind, she's a Vanessa fanatic, so she's probably holding on to that book.
Oh my goodness. I do apologize. I got so excited when you mentioned Vanessa.
Yeah, she just fangirled, that's fine.
I didn't know that book was overdue, even though I take it with me everywhere.
It's not labeled in the front when the due date is?
I can't believe I didn't put 2 and 2 together as soon as I saw you here. Here you go.
You're a bit ditzy, and that's not bad. It's fine. As long as you pay the overdue fee.
Well, since you look up to Lady Vanessa so very much, please be more punctual next time.
Yes, Lisa. I will be, Lisa.
Let's go and find the next overdue book.
Oh, yeah, isn't there an overdue fee? Isn't there a fee? How can there not be a fee? Why? Where is Sarah? Oh, over here.
Today's recommendation is Welcome to Good Hunter. Table for 2?
Boy.
3!
Paimon, you don't count. You're emergency food.
Oh, my apologies. Please sit wherever you like, and call me over once you're ready to order.
I need a
So
shave.
we're gonna eat first and bring up the book situation later?
Why, of course. The stress of work really takes the pleasure out of eating, don't you think?
I do like
Work
eating.
is that bad, huh?
Well, I don't want to work while I'm eating, usually. Order a dish Lisa would like.
Why don't you order us something, cutie? I'm ever so curious to know what your tastes are.
Okay, what's with these options? Do I take her out on a date later? Does Lisa like steak? I mean, I like steak. Oh, wait.
This seems like the sort of staple bar food you'd find at the tavern. It has an extremely strong flavor, so drinkers love it because they can actually taste it.
You sure? Can't change
Okay.
again once you've made your mind up.
No. Oh! More options open up as I talk to her.
Good hunter's signature dish. If it's what you want, I'll try anything once.
You sure? Can't change again once you've made
I
your
don't want to
mind
button
up.
mash. I don't want to button mash.
What?
Okay, now I'll button mash.
It's like you read my mind. Do you have some magical powers you're not telling me about, Outlander?
You sure? Can't change.
Okay. So she likes the invigorating pizza. Invigorating pizza, okay.
It's like you read my...
You sure?
Finished ordering?
Wait. Didn't we invent this? Also, she's on a date with Zillow now, I guess.
I've given you some pointers. Such extraordinary lengths to prepare for a delicious meal. I'd almost say that's cheating. I didn't know you and Jean got on so well. She used to make this for me once in a while, too.
Oh! Okay, so this is stuff I can get information about if I talk to Jean.
Tiresome day of work. You've outdone yourself.
Paimon's so full.
Okay, no, seriously, where's
Hang
Paimon?
on. I suppose I should carry on with this ghastly thing called work. Let's have a little chat with Sarah about her library book.
Would you like to order something else?
No, thank you. We're quite satisfied. But I'm afraid I must ask you about the Boar Princess.
The boar brisket? I'm sorry. I think we took that off the menu.
She means the book you borrowed.
Oh, of course. I came straight to the restaurant after I borrowed it and completely forgotten that I even had it.
How long have you...
Sorry, Lisa. I will bring it to the library myself as soon as I finish work.
Okay then. But make sure you don't forget this time.
How long?
Right. On to our next stop then, cutie.
Okay, now I actually have a genuine question. How long are people allowed to check out a library book? Because usually library books can be anywhere from like a week to possibly a month, depending on how long you take it for. But this seems like maybe it's shorter than that?
This is our final call for the day.
Welcome. Couples are our specialty. Let me know what you'd like and I'll wrap them up nicely for you.
Flowers for my date? I'm dying.
Now, which book was it that has the line, "A date without flowers is a date without romance"? Why, it just so happens that I would, my kindest cutie.
I heard that voice
Flowers
correct.
for Miss Lisa? What would you like?
Okay, I don't know what she would like, and I feel like it's one of the options I don't have access to.
Mist flowers. Over there in the corner. But don't touch them with your bare hands. You'll get frostbite. You want them? You're sure? What an unusual choice. It's just that Lisa seems to use Electro quite a lot. Things could get a little bit dangerous.
You sure?
Okay, good. There's the Paimon.
Again once you've made your mind up.
No, I'm not sure.
Some flowers for Miss...
Dandelion.
Dandelions are one of our classics, and a personal favorite of Miss Flora, the shop owner. I know what you're thinking. Most flower shops don't sell dandelions. They're a nuisance to care for.
They're also a
Miss
weed.
Flora likes the sense of floating away to a faraway land that the dandelion evokes. Come to think of it, Miss Flora herself gives people the same impression.
You sure?
Isn't Miss Flora a kid?
Again once you've made your mind up.
Some flowers for Miss... You want my help? I don't know if I have the best taste in flowers. I couldn't help but notice the flower on Miss Lisa's hat, though. I think it's a rose? Some flowers for Miss Lisa?
I see. Okay. So if I exhaust all the options, I get more... I get more options to choose from.
You want to know what flowers to get for Miss Lisa? We're not particularly close, but she strikes me as a classy lady. Yep.
Okay, wait. Where in the fuck is Jean? I have a theory, and I'm going to test this theory. And I'm pretty sure Jean is in this town. Wait a minute, would you know? No, you would not. Oh, I can't go in. Shit. Training ground then? Here's the training ground.
Bring it.
Oh yeah, she would be in there, wouldn't she? You're not Jean, are you? No, you're Ellen. Ellen just... Puppy! You cannot pet the doggo, I hate it. Jean's office is here? Oh, that's Kale's room, I guess? Is this... Okay, yeah, this is Jean's room. There's the sword. Ah, shit, Jean's not in here. Fuck. Oh my goodness. There are so many books in here. Where would Jean be? Oh, I can't even go that far. Okay, so obviously this isn't working. Smartest thing to do is go for a rose, to be honest, because that's part of Lisa's attire, and usually whenever you want to go with... Or usually when somebody likes something, they tend to wear it or have some form of indication that they like it. Usually. That's not always the case for people. But it's usually a good indication that somebody likes something. Like me with my Technoblade hat. Rest in peace, my noble king. Oh, where... Okay, so I had assumed that Jean would be somewhere nearby, or at least in the town. But I guess not. Or if she is, I just don't know where she is. So I guess I'll pick a rose and go with it.
These roses were bought from a traveling merchant a few days ago. Miss Flora thought maybe someone would like them. This is the only bunch.
You sure?
Don't make me second guess myself.
I can see you put a lot of thought into this. Have you ever heard of the Witch of Purple Rose before? I thought that after returning to Mondstadt, I wouldn't have the chance to see fresh roses again. This seems like a good sign. Okay, time to get back to business. Donna, do you know why we're here?
Back to business? My business is selling flowers.
Once again, we see a total lack of respect for literature.
Why do people
Pale
not
Princess
think?
and the Six Pygmies. Ring a bell?
Well,
Oh, yes.
it also doesn't help that Lisa's kind of beating around the bush about the reasonings.
No. What am I gonna do? I lost the book.
Well, time for you to die.
A while back, I realized it was almost due, and I was getting ready to bring it back to the library, but I couldn't find it anywhere.
Put her in the stockade!
But nothing. It's like somebody stole it. It should have been there, on my bedside table, right where I left it.
Uh-oh. That Lisa does some crazy things when she gets mad.
I heard that. Well, if it really was stolen, Donna's done nothing wrong. The blame lies with the book thief. And their punishment will be 10 times worse than stealing my book.
Like Paimon said, totally crazy.
Oh, don't worry about that. As long as I remain librarian, not a single book will go missing for good.
I'm scared to learn what freaking things you have put onto there.
On each book.
Yep, there it is.
Our thief will have left a nice set of clues for us to follow.
When did Lisa start taking her job so seriously? Paimon always thought she was a total slacker.
You can only organize books so many times.
Elemental sensitivity is very strong. Why not see what you can do?
Elemental sensitivity? Oh, Paimon's got it.
Like how?
Use your elemental sight to look for clues.
Like seriously, how many? What am I looking? Aha, there it is.
Looking at the elemental
Like it's the same as cleaning. Like you can only clean the same area so many times in a day before it's just asinine.
It's not from the restricted section, so it's hardly a book worth stealing. Whoever wanted this book so badly had a strange fixation indeed.
Could it be a Hilitrol?
So, what do we do now?
The elemental traces are very
Can Hilitrolls
faint,
read?
but I can tell that the thief took it beyond the city walls. You must see it too, right, Cutie? Let's follow the trail.
I also love how she calls us cutie even though we're traveler for everybody else. Meow. 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 Oh, look, it's Timmy. Hey, Timmy, I'm scaring your birds. What are you going to do about it, huh? Yell at me? Yell at me? Huh? I dislike that child. Aha.
The elemental traces are strong here, but it seems our thief did not stay for long. The trail keeps going. Let's keep looking.
And I've said it before, but it's been so long since I dealt with him, I'll say it again. The reason I dislike that child is because he throws a fit. Look at Mondstadt. There is literally only like 2 ways for anybody to get into Mondstadt, and unfortunately, I don't see a lot of people coming in from this direction. So really, there's only like one logical way to get into Mondstadt. And the kid posts himself up with a bunch of his pigeon friends on the bridge and then gets pissy at people whenever they use the freaking bridge, which once again is the only way in and out of town.
Bring it. Yep.
And then he expects you to go and, like, fix the issue by getting them food. Okay, well, you guys did not survive. Like, Timmy, I get it. You really like birds. I'm sorry, you're stupid.
It's further than I thought. Quite the intrepid explorer, our little thief.
Oh, also...
Maybe we frightened the turtle back inside.
Hello! Hello to everybody on YouTube, Mousemond and Joyce Ann Castro. Hello, hello, hello. I apologize to both of you for not fully checking. Just to clarify for both of you, if you are still in the... That is the wrong character. If you are still in the chat, I stream on both Twitch and YouTube. Unfortunately, I don't really have an easy way of looking at the YouTube stream, so I have to remember to tab in and out every now and again, and sometimes I forget. So please forgive me.
Bring it.
And to Mousemond, I agree with you on a lot of what you're saying, and including the part where Child is being an idiot.
It must be nearby. Using elemental sight, you can even detect magic. Follow the flow of magic to find the book.
Ooh, there it is. Also, it ran away. This is like tracking down the freaking guild monsters that I'm supposed to hunt. What is that?
The thief lives inside ruins? Mondstadt people do have some strange quirks.
Tell me about it, jeez.
Please do not jump to such a preposterous conclusion about the living habits of Mondstadt's residents.
You guys are literally
This
surrounded by
seems
ruins.
Far more likely to be the work of some none too friendly troublemakers. It's not unlike them, in the sense that they are known for darting around amongst underground ruins. But adventurers do not typically take others' belongings. Well, not from the living anyway.
I don't know what you're talking about.
To be the Abyss Order's doing. They do seem to have a way of slipping in and out of places like ghosts, after all. Also, there's an elemental seal at the entrance. It looks like the result of an Abyss mage's magic.
Okay, a lot of what you're saying is making sense, except for one issue. Why would they steal a book?
Not to worry. If you think a little magic can keep me out, think again.
Yeah, because isn't that what visions usually are anyways? It's just magic. Or she could just blast the seal apart.
Come on. Whoa. So this is what Lisa's like when she's hard at work.
She's probably having the time of her life because she's usually bored out of her mind. And we're going to start by being a problem child.
It's so much bigger in here than Paimon thought.
Oh, darn it. I'm playing as Lisa.
Do we really have to go all the way inside?
If you borrow a book, you have to return it. There will be no exceptions.
This is not borrowing. This is stealing. And we are not lasers. We are attempting to stop the thief, not make them... What? Okay. Also, I'm going to use a Roron for this. Man's got better stamina for gliding. Oh! They really want to read this book. I'm tempted to say, let them just have it. 300 damage wasn't a lot, actually. Whee, I made it. Bam. This is really showing how hard this dungeon's supposed to be. Oh no, wait, I need to light that one, so I light this one. Oh wait, a bridge popped up. I was literally about to glide over that. Who's next? Oh no, whatever. Well, this is a massacre.
Not too far now. Go! You're free now!
Ow.
Be free!
Now I'm stuck! It's been a while since I got stuck on one of those. Oh no, there's more. And you're dead. Oh my goodness. I'm what? Oh, because I'm standing in water. I didn't realize that. I just got lucky with the other dudes.
How did you find this place? It's so well hidden.
I have no interest in finding out where you little rascals hide yourselves away, but I do want my book back. Tell me, how is it that you have the time to conceal your stronghold and apply a magic seal, but not to sign out a library book in the proper manner? You have no respect whatsoever for other people's work.
You just want the book? I was unaware that anyone in Mondstadt was concerned with unearthing the secret hidden inside this book. Who are you?
The librarian. Although I believe that should be quite clear already.
I'm very
Return
lost.
the book. This is an ultimatum.
Since you insist on concealing your identity, I have all the less reason to give you that book. After all, it contains the secret. Huh? What are you doing? Such concentrated elemental power! Please don't!
I castrate that man.
Naughty boys who don't do what they're told need a little punishment to keep them in line.
A little?
This is why I call it troublesome work. We'll just need to find the book ourselves. It should be around here somewhere.
Should we search the dead body? 'Cause there is no way that body is alive. Oh, gravity. It's just...
It's the Pale Princess and the Six Pygmies. Paimon remembers that name. Is this the one you were looking for?
That's the one. It's a good thing it isn't damaged. Otherwise...
What are you gonna do? Char the corpse more?
You have even more crazy punishments up your sleeve?
I would have probably have needed to dish out a little taste of one of my potions in that case.
Do you have Raiden Shogun cooking skills?
Then again, as I said, it isn't from the restricted section, which is the only reason I would let the average citizen borrow it in the first place. And it doesn't appear to have any abnormal elemental properties, save for the markings I put on it.
Yeah, it seems like just an average storybook.
As far as my duties as a librarian go, my troublesome work is finished. Since this book has piqued your interest, why don't I let you borrow it? There's no time limit for you. I will register you as custodian rather than borrower.
Oh good, at least I'm not gonna die in a horrible, painful death.
Trusted citizens only.
Exclusive privilege? Why does Paimon feel this is just your sneaky way of offloading your troublesome work onto someone else?
Excuse me, are you in some way dissatisfied with my work? Good, you're amenable to reason then. I do wish I could keep you by my side as my personal assistant.
I don't think I would mind working in a library, but I feel like I'd get bored quickly.
Don't forget to register at the library when you have a spare moment.
Give me my goodies. Now let me out of this domain. Like, that does pique my interest that the frickin' Abyss Order thinks that there's a secret inside the storybook, which Yes, that's a possibility, but at the same time, like, that's a common trope. And usually most people who think that are kind of somewhat delusional.
You've returned. The paperwork is done. You are now the custodian of this book.
Thank you, Miss Lisa. But Paimon thinks we're forgetting something. Look, over there on the shelf. Isn't that the Teyvat travel guide? And look how many copies there are.
The Teyvat Travel Guide is a serial publication. It is not part of the library's formal collection.
Is it like a magazine?
Oh.
Take one. Consider it your compensation for being Lisa's little helper today. With you by my side, my troublesome work was a little less dull than usual.
The Teyvat travel guide was just bait to get us to do a day's work.
I hadn't anticipated that a few routine returns inquiries would take us out of the city, let alone down into some underground ruins. As compensation,
Seems to be the
for
norm
traveling
for
to
this
all
world.
bother, take these souvenirs.
I need to go get a cabbage.
Lisa went and bought us some.
Why am I suddenly in these ancient ruins?
In fact, they were intended for our next outing. But never mind. We can discuss next time's activity when the time comes. I hope you are looking forward to it.
There we go. Okay, now can I do Tartaglia? This is why I don't like his name. Tartaglia. Oh. Huh? The book is related to him? I probably should have figured that out, but like... Huh? Oh, right. He... What? Oh, right. I have to purchase the book. Once again, wrong character.
Feel free to look around. There's no obligation to buy.
We're looking for the Liyue volume of the Teyvat travel guide. Do you have it in stock?
Oh, is this all related to the Teyvat?
Sorry, dear.
What? Who's going to be connected to the Teyvat travel guide?
It just wasn't selling.
But the Mondstadt volume was so interesting. Bummer.
The thing is, the author made it too personal, and the result wasn't really much of a guide.
That was totally fair.
It barely sold any copies, and the few travelers that did buy it made complaints afterward.
Well, that's a shame. The Mondstadt volume was a good read, even just as an adventurer's diary.
The fact remains that I don't have it in stock. If you must read it, try your luck at Chang the Ninth's place.
Who's Chang the Ninth?
Probably the son of Chang the Eighth?
It's a village. He's a complete grouch, but he will behave himself if the conversation is about books. He was a regular customer here back when he lived in Liyue Harbor, and I still send him the odd out-of-print book or two every now and then.
Did somebody say out-of-print books?
Is that Qixing? Or
Is
Jingque?
there a chance that Volume 6 of Legend of the Shattered Halberd is also in his collection? Apologies, my liege. Where are my manners? My name is Xingqiu.
Xingqiu.
I
Why?
happened to be passing by. Since you
This
and
is
I
the whole
are
Zhu incident again.
What say we travel together to Mount Jingse and pay a visit to Chang the Ninth?
Like, Zhu Wu's actual name, by the way, in Monster Hunter Wild, Zhu Wu's actual name is, I believe, Shenhui. Like, it is not pronounced how it is spelled in any capacity.
My pleasure, fellow book lover.
Should we ask here if they have a copy of...
This ain't right. I still have. I hate. Where am I going? Chinsi Village. It didn't click on me that I'm still doing story quests. Okay, so I'm looking for a Grouch. I'm looking for an Oscar.
There's a lot of good stuff in here. Want to split it? Just kidding. You can take it.
Oh, you're...
The heavens are smiting me. Smiting me to smithereens.
That is an odd thing to say to somebody who just walked up to you.
Uh-huh. And what do you want? Come on, spit it out.
We've heard you've got tons of old books lying around, and we want to borrow the Liyue volume of the Teyvat Travel Guide.
Huh. Don't get me started on the topic of my books.
Did they get burned or stolen?
After the Kazm was sealed off, the family mining business started going south. Then the Fatui started working to sabotage me. To pay off my debts, I had no choice but to pawn off my beloved book collection.
How long ago was this?
The last book. Do you have any idea what that means? Wrong. That was my life's work. I devoted my entire life to curating.
How long ago was the Shazam sealed away?
And now they're gone.
The Fatui makes sense because that was a recent event, kind of.
It's useless ranting and raving at you like this. All I can do is try to save enough Mora to buy them back. Unless you have other business here, I'm done talking to you. Goodbye. Off you go. Go on, go.
The lady at the bookstore lied to us.
You didn't pawn Volume 6 of Legend of the Shattered Halberd?
Legend of the Shattered Halberd. There's a title I haven't heard in a long time. You have good taste, my boy.
What? But we don't?
That work was an epic-defining masterpiece. Granted, it was almost unknown.
Isn't it supposed to be Epoch?
But over time, it was the
I mean, it's supposed to be epic. Cool, I'm fine with that. But like, epic to me is EPIC. So hearing EPOCH being pronounced as epic is reminding me of how confusing the American language is.
It went out of print almost as soon as it was released. A shame, given what it allegedly added to the original story.
Yes, that's right. How did I forget? The original edition's 6th volume of that work is so rare. I could never bring myself to pawn it no matter how much I needed the money.
You mean you still have it?
Yes. It is my one and only remaining treasure.
Hey, Chang. You've got some nerve keeping me and my boss waiting like this. I need an answer. Will you sell the core lapis or not? I'm sure you don't need me to remind you that if you mess with Gentry Moutsai, you're messing with the Fatui.
Can I point something out here, buddy? You're walking up to somebody who owes you money, and granted, I know this happens in real life. To somebody who owes you money in front of a weird floaty thing, a blonde-haired foreigner who should probably be all over the news in Liyue by now, and somebody who looks relatively fancy and rich. You sure you want to be doing this now?
You again. But you know I can't afford to give a 70% discount on the price. I'd never be able to buy my collection back.
That's your business. The question is, do you want your books, or do you want food on your plate? Perhaps you'd like to take your books with you to an early grave.
That's a stupid threat. That's such a stupid threat. You're not going to make your money back if you do that. You're an idiot. Oh, you owe me money. You owe me $5,000 and you only have $100 in your wallet and your bank account? I'm gonna kill you. That way I'm operating at a loss. You can't run a business for shit, you thug.
Whoa there, friend.
Why am I...
Come on. This gentleman is either willing to make a deal or he's not. You can't force him to sell against his will.
This is gonna end so poorly
Just
for this
who do you
thug.
think you are? Keep your nose out of other people's business.
You mean like you did when you walked up here, interrupted our business, and then threatened this guy?
My liege, I am but one who comes to the aid of this gentleman in his moment of need. I am Xingqiu, disciple of the Guhua clan.
Guhua.
Guhua clan? Did you hear this clown? He thinks he's a Guhua master in this day and age.
I'm sorry, if somebody came up to me and said something to the effect of, I am a Kung Fu or Taekwondo master, I would be like, fair enough, have a nice day.
Oh, there was me thinking the last granddads of Guhua had keeled over and died by now. Who were you supposed to be then, huh? Some sort of Guhua messiah?
Justice is blind to our backgrounds, my friend. That just makes me someone trying to do the right thing. But you? The weasel who does the tiger's bidding may be less powerful than his master, but he is no less guilty.
That's one way to trigger him.
Get a load of this guy. Just you wait. You'll be sorry you crossed me.
I eat the fatui for breakfast. Bring it on.
And you, Chang? You're selling that core lapis whether you like it or not.
Can I just follow this guy and beat him up?
Oh, how the wolves prey upon the fallen.
Don't you insult wolves. That guy is
My days are
not even
numbered.
an actual animal. I apologize for the loud slapping sound you guys just heard. I had to mute my mic.
So, just to come back to what we were talking about earlier, could I get a yay or nay about borrowing that book?
I like both of these answers.
Oh, what does it matter now? I can't expect anybody to care about me anymore. But since you did stick up for me, please just take this book and leave me in peace.
3 long years I have waited for this day. Words cannot express my gratitude. I, Xingqiu, vow to repay this great act of generosity.
All right, give it a rest. Just bring it back when you're finished. Sorry, but I'm not about to put my hopes in some self-professed Guhua disciple.
Hey, where are you going? We've still got a job to do over here.
Well, I mean, we do. He doesn't. He taking this weekend doesn't have an obligation. I don't think he's actually a part of an adventurers guild either, which is kind of annoying. Oh, is that the book he's reading every time he stands idle?
You like reading, huh, Mr. 5-second hero?
Oh, amazing! I never saw that coming.
He's stuck in his own little world.
Hello? Xingqiu? Anybody in there?
Xingqiu. It's so weird. Ugh.
No wonder this book is so highly sought after.
How can they bully poor old Chang the Ninth like this? Forcing him to sell his ore for dirt cheap? It's daylight robbery, pure and simple.
Why do you give up on your book search so lightly?
Oh, so now you can hear what we're saying.
Sing is kind of a joke, not a joke, a jerk.
The reason I borrowed this book is that it would be a real pity if Chang the Ninth ended up having to pawn it. And I meant every word I said to Cheng the Ninth. I will return his act of kindness. It is the just thing to do.
I will return his kindness after I read this next chapter.
I will be custodian of this book, and I will also help find a way to buy back the rest of his collection. Of course I do. An initial plan anyway. I still need to work out the details. Give me a second to reflect. It shan't take but a moment.
After this next chapter.
You're still here? What is this, a game to you? You think no one's really gonna get hurt?
You don't own this province. Shut the fuck up.
I gotta hand it to the goofball clan.
You made a
You
mistake.
lack in numbers and talent, you make up for in guts.
You brought a Fatui here. You're gonna die. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Did I say goofball clan? I meant Guhua clan.
You made a mistake. The only thing that's keeping you from absolutely dying right now is the fact that you didn't bring one of the pyro ones. I need their blades.
There's a saying that goes, the insect that shakes the oak tree ludicrously overestimates its ability.
Quit quoting proverbs at me, you buffoon.
Please leave this place. I will not tolerate an attempt to coerce an honest trader, especially when the one you seek to threaten is one to whom I owe a debt of gratitude.
Where are you looking?
It's cute that you want to stick your neck out for Chang and all, but you picked the wrong time, you little punk. I brought the Fatui to back me up. A whole army of you and your little Guhua buddies wouldn't be able to help you now.
The Fatui are a joke.
I may be young, my liege, but the path I have chosen makes me no stranger to conflict. Why should I cower in the face of evil?
Can we just shut up and fight?
Oh, great speech. But now it's time for you to learn your lesson.
Okay, you die now. Oh, no, you don't. You're a lightning bitch. You're gonna be a pain in my ass, aren't you?
I thought that was just a regular pendant you were wearing, not a vision.
You're an idiot!
You won this round, but you better watch your back. This isn't over.
Oh my goodness. I'm a normal, everyday guy. I think I'm gonna beat a guy with a vision.
Would it be too much to hope they've learned their lesson? Yes, though I try to avoid using it. I dislike the unfair advantage it gives me against my opponents. Though I long to restore Guhua to its former glory, it is no easy task.
They've gone for now, but they'll be back looking to cause more trouble before long.
I'll see to it that no harm comes to those who show me kindness. There is a just and unjust way to do business, and I will ensure the matter is resolved satisfactorily. It's not like the Fatui to pick sides in a business dispute, but the confident demeanor of their errand boy suggests there is substance to his words. There must be a deeper level of collusion at work here. He mentioned Gentry Mautai. I know this name. He has a stately residence in Liyue Harbor. Maybe the two of you could go and investigate.
That idea works, but what are you gonna do?
Me? I have other things to look into. Let me see. Let us meet at Yujing Terrace in Liyue Harbor in a bit.
You really have stuff to do? Are you sure you're not just using us as your errand runners?
Wow, so that's how that turned out. This whole passage is just extraordinary.
I'm an avid book lover. I really do like respect books. Kid, you're making me want to tear that book to pieces.
This guy is so annoying. Paimon just wants to slap him right in his stupid face. Fine, but as per tradition, Paimon gets to pick an ugly nickname for him. From now on, he shall be known as Guhua Geek.
I feel like you could have done better, Paimon. I really do.
You go first. No need to wait for me. One more page and I'll go and stretch my legs. Just one last page.
I know I was making a joke. I didn't expect them to make it for me. Alright, Mr. Shady Businessman. Where's your fucking house so I can eat you? Also explains now why Xingqiu has the silk flowers as part of his stuff, because they're all over this place. And I'm pretty sure this is where he's stationed as well, in terms of housing. I'm just gonna ride sideways along this house. No, don't mind me.
Who goes there? Really? He didn't mention anything about a meeting. The Master's dealing with some urgent business today. All prior appointments have been canceled.
Urgent business? What is...
The Master's been working on a major business deal recently. He left early this morning to meet with a VIP client.
Should you be telling us this?
So, where is he now?
I'm sorry. The Master is stressed that we must not disclose that information to just anyone. No, I mean, yes. Yes, you are. I meant no offense. Please, believe me. I'm sorry. Master's
We are horrible people.
negotiations at Shinya Kiosk.
We are horrible people.
I beg for your mercy, please. My master will show me no leniency.
We are just horrible people.
Well, my master has much more important things to do than talking to rude guards like you.
This is the fucking Shrek 3-bit all over again. Do you know who this is? He's a method actor. I'm gonna lose it. I've lost it.
Luckily for you, your bad attitude will be the last thing on our minds when my master's busy negotiating a big business deal with your boss.
We are not nice people.
Thank you. May your business forever be blessed by the Lord of Geo.
We are horrible people.
Paimon never knew you were such a tough negotiator.
That was not negotiations. That was borderline coercion.
Is that so? Now Paimon knows not to let your wily ways get the better of her in the future. Anyway, seems like the VIP client in question must be one of the Fatui. In that case, let's get...
I'm pretty...
Business is booming at the Shinua Kiosk. No one should notice if we blend in there. But either way, if we want to know what kind of shady business they're up to, we better be careful.
I'm pretty sure that borderline's both fraud and coercion.
These should be worth something. Go on, take it.
But I could be wrong. I'll be nice to you since all you're doing is manning a freaking door.
I understand. I do. Please do not worry. You have my word that the order will be completed as promised.
I need to break down this divider and just kill this man.
The subordinate I sent was not quite so optimistic in his appraisal. Is somebody being uncooperative?
Do the Fatui use delusions or visions?
We just ran into a minor procurement problem, is all. We haven't managed to...
I know the Harbingers use both.
Yet.
But do the Fatui just straight up use delusions?
But it's nothing for you to worry about. If Chang the Ninth won't sell, I can buy from someone else.
That would be most ideal. I remind you again that the Fatui care only about the result. We are willing to lend a certain degree of support to this transaction. But if it is not completed in time, you may suddenly find our goodwill comes at a price you cannot afford.
Big talk coming from a little bitch.
I understand. I am indebted to you for your protection. You know I would not dream of disappointing you, don't you?
We shall see when the time comes.
Darn that old man Chang.
So...
Okay, break down the divider and kick the ass of the Fatui. I need those weapons. I need those weapon parts. Oh, he escaped. Oh, but he is. I wanted the parts.
Bring it. Yep.
I'm so glad they're not being like, no, you can't handle these Fatui. Go, I'll handle them. Because I would absolutely be livid at that point. Like, I have killed at least 100 of those specific ones. He's too powerful! I have literally fought a deity!
You said you had other things to look into, as if you're some sort of man of mystery. When actually, all you meant was you wanted somewhere new to park your backside while you read your book.
Paimon, you do know that he can read while waiting for us to come by and meet him, right?
I see. I guessed as much.
Did you really guess, or are you just saying that to sound clever?
The course of action we must take is now clear. To start with, please deliver this letter to the Feiyun Commerce Guild. They will know what to do. My liege, for reasons that I cannot explain, I will be unable to join you. There is no need for you to read the contents of the letter. When the time comes...
Ugh, this writing is super
Paimon is already...
heads or tails of it.
Hence why I said there's no need for you to read it. The Feiyun Commerce Guild will have someone who can understand it.
Well, why would you want to get them involved? They're one of the bigwig commerce guilds in Liyue. Why would they want to help us? Since we got to Liyue, Paimon keeps hearing people mention it. Seems they oversee a lot of business that goes on around here.
I mean, as long as they're not corrupt, they're supposed to be able to fix, you know, stuff like the Fatui who are embezzling and extorting people.
Having such big backing would be great and all, but are you sure they'd want to help?
No need to worry about that. From what I know, they share my sense of chivalry.
Aren't you like the son of one of their bigwigs?
Once they have read the carefully reasoned and passionately argued case I put forth in this letter, they will certainly be moved to action. Gentry Moutsai must be taught a lesson he will never forget. This is something we cannot do on our own. Also, I do not wish for anyone else to know of my involvement in this.
Why not? You're only doing this to try and help Ching the Ninth, right?
To silently disappear at the matter's conclusion, concealing one's name and contribution. This is the chivalrous thing to do. To savor the memory is ample reward. Each droplet of kindness I receive, I am duty-bound to repay with a welling spring of gratitude. I seek neither praise nor reward.
That sounds very lovely. But be honest, you just want them to do it so you can carry on reading your book, don't you?
Thank you in advance for delivering this letter to the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Someone from the guild should be able to receive you near Lioli Pavilion.
Hey! Stop ignoring Paimon!
Y'all know I have to. Yeah, he is part of the family. And isn't also, where are you? You are also a part of that, right? Or am I wrong, story? I guess you're more like friends, I guess. Also, wouldn't somebody be able to recognize his handwriting?
We come bearing news of a matter requiring your assistance. It's all in this letter.
A letter?
Oh, I see. This again. Oh, don't mind me. I was just speculating. Let me give this a read.
Can we actually read this thing? Is it even written in the common tongue?
Yes, the script is inimitable by the uninitiated. Honored guests, you must both be wary from your long journey. Please allow the Feiyun Commerce Guild to be your host for tonight. Please rest assured that the matter written about has been duly received. We just need some time to prepare. Please take a seat here in Leo Lee Pavilion, where you may enjoy some light refreshments while taking in the ocean view. Consider it a small token of our esteem.
I immediately find this suspicious.
Yay! Tasty snacks! They're giving us the VIP treatment.
Of course. We treat visitors with the utmost respect here at the Feiyun Commerce Guild. When honored guests grace us with their presence, far be it from us to shirk our duty to them. Please, this way.
This feels so suspicious.
And Paimon thought we'd get kicked out. Or Paimon didn't think Guhua Geek had so much clout.
Thank you for your patience. With the amount of wealth and power Gentry Moutsai has, it will take more than a slap on the wrist to get through to him. For him to correct the error of his ways, he must feel for himself the same suffering he has inflicted on Chang the Ninth.
Cool, just cut him off.
Since Gentry Moutsai's business has to do with core lapis, we simply need to buy up all the stock there is in Liu. That will put him in a rather sticky situation. Deprived of the necessary raw materials, even the best craftsperson in Tevat would be unable to make their product.
Great idea!
Yeah, but won't that fuck up everybody else too?
Things up between him and Fatui. But Liyue is huge. Is it really possible to buy up every last bit of core lapis in the harbor?
With the timescale we are on, it is indeed a challenge. Hence, as stated in the letter, we must ask for your further cooperation in the matter. First, there are a number of vendors in the city you will need to buy from. I've marked their respective locations on your map. There is also some unsold core lapis at the Kazm. You will need to purchase that too. Finally, there is Chang the Ninth's batch.
Alrighty, so 3 sellers in the city, another one at the Kazm.
Of course, we are not expecting you to cover the costs.
Wow, so many more! With cash like this, Paimon could rent out Lioli Pavilion and eat there for a whole month!
This is a long story quest.
Well, this is not the first time we've had to do something like this. It's just par for the course now.
I feel like that says a lot about your justice system if this is not the first time this has happened.
All you need to do is strike a deal. The Feiyun Commerce Guild will handle the transportation and other trifling matters. Once you have purchased all the core lapis, please proceed to the Feiyun Commerce Guild's warehouse, where you can see the rest of the plan unfold.
Gotta hand it to Guhua Geek. This is some seriously solid work for a guy who lives in a fantasy world. Let's do this in the order the guy...
Like, I get that we're trying to screw over one guy, but aren't there other blacksmiths that work with core lapis?
Anything I can do for you? You want all my core lapis? I've already agreed to several orders. That said, none are in writing. The buyers are being incredibly indecisive. Oh, it's for the Feiyun Commerce Guild? Seems business trends are about to change in Liyue.
If any business immediately starts buying out a bunch of one thing, panic.
Oh, nothing. Just talking to myself. Come, let us sign a contract. Don't worry about my prior client. He hadn't made any down payments or anything. Quite common in the industry.
Well, don't panic, but, like, view it with suspicion.
Thank you for your patronage.
Something's about to go down.
The Feiyun Commerce Guild will continue to do business with us.
Big bulk purchases like that aren't normal in the business world usually.
Good day, my friend. My apologies, but I'm out of stock at the moment. Please try again next time. Oh, I thought you were here to purchase Snezhnayan products.
You know what? That actually makes sense. I haven't seen a single Shneznayan product. Well, except for the pipes and some Meru, but, like, what does Shneznayan stuff look like? I want to see what Shneznayan stuff looks like.
No, that I still have. Although I ship it all to factories in Snezhnaya. I don't do retail. Too much hassle, not enough return. Sorry. What? No. Give me a second to think.
I mean, technically speaking, yes, that does still count as retail.
All right, I'll do it. Just need you to sign for it. Clearly no shortage of cash flow in Liyue.
I like that I can read his thoughts. Like, that still technically counts as retail, because if you go to a Walmart and you buy up all their stock of freaking Kraft mac and cheese, that's still participating in retail.
Keep your voice down. All of it? Though my business may not seem so big, I should warn you that I can get what you need, both legitimately and not so legitimately. All of it would be far more than you actually want. What are you saying? Of course my business is all above board.
I can get this legally or not legally. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Who's this for? Oh, it's for the cops. It's completely legal. Pushes dead body further into corner.
If it's for the Feiyun Commerce Guild, then sign on the dotted line, and I'll start getting things in order right away.
Weren't you also the guy that helped us with Rex Lapis' funerary procession? I don't remember you talking this shadily. Oh, and he's gone. And he's back. Macarena. This is a lot to do for child story quest. I really should spend a day doing every single story quest I have access to. Or a couple of streams. Because holy crap. We're what, on hour 2.5? Almost 2.5 hours.
Perfect weather for a nap in the workshop.
You're not the person I'm supposed to talk to. Oh, you tell me about rich ore deserves. Sweet.
Hello there. Are you in charge of the core lapis here?
Aha, finally. I thought you might come. I hear the Feiyun Commerce Guild has been buying up all the core lapis stock in Liyue Harbor.
How in hell's half acre did somebody... literally the only way this could make sense is if you have somebody sitting in the harbor listening for news on ores. Literally the only way you can do that.
As it happens, I do have a batch of core lapis that hasn't been shipped yet. It's all yours. The original buyer's price was already quite high, so... The best I can do is 7 million mora.
Oh.
Are you serious? We spent less than 2 million more on the rest of Liyue's stock put together.
I'm afraid it has to go to the highest bidder. I'm breaching an existing agreement by selling to you, so it has to be worth my while. Look, you have your problems to deal with and I have mine. You can take it or leave it. So if you're not buying, please leave me alone.
You know, there's an ocean not too far off that I could drag you to. And I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure core lapis doesn't float.
All right. We'll pay, even if it isn't.
Just saying. Let's hope this guy has some affinity for hydro. You know what I mean?
When we get back, we'll just have to tell the guild that we'll sell to this gentleman at 4 times the normal price in the future.
Wait, surely there's no need for that.
My dude, you did not just try... Oh my goodness, this guy's worse than the fucking thug. You did not just try and scam the fucking Commerce Guild in Liyue. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Where's your head at, dude? That's like somebody trying to extort the government. It doesn't work. People disappear for that shit.
Please, don't do this. It's not even your money. Why be so frugal with it?
You're right. It's not our money. It's the fucking Feiyun Commission Guild or Commerce Guild's money.
It might be the guild's money, but we'll have a tough time explaining to our boss why we spent so much in one go. If he asks, all we can do is mention your name and say you gouged us over the price.
Like, I'm sorry. I'm not usually a big one for, like... I'm not usually big on using, like, tactics like this in terms of business, but Paimon has a point!
I understand. I'm sorry, please. I don't want any trouble with the guild.
Then why are you trying to scam their representative? I'm sorry, even though we are working with them as a third party, we are still a representative of the guild at this point in time. Why are you trying to... Why am I angry at a video game character?
There's been an issue with the delivery of this batch. Several carts were ambushed by hilly churls.
Why am I angry at a video game character?
I don't know where exactly, but if I can't retrieve the goods, I can't sell them to you either.
So not only were you trying to scam us out of more money, you don't have the product. I now know why I'm mad at this character.
So maybe you could go and look for the carts? There should be 5 of them in total. If you can find them all and tell me where they are, I'll sign the contract right away. Oh, yes, of course. I mean, I do hope to carry on doing business in Liyue in the future.
Look, there's haggling and then there's scamming. I'm sorry, sir. You were trying to scam.
That's that then. Well, no time to lose. Come on.
And my sympathy for you is very, 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 very low. Also, how in Hellseth Acre do you lose 5 carts of core lapis? 1 or 2 I can understand, but 5? Really? I see 1. Electro. Come back here, former human beings! I come to kill you! Where are you going? Attack this guy. Cart. Oh, I should have been going after the other cart.
Oh yeah, we found. Make a note of the location. We'll send the Feiyun Comet.
Ah, yes, because that won't stop a hilly. That'll stop a hilly troll from coming to claim it again. I swear we should be having this guy. Wait, I need this core lapis. What about the music of her attacks? Like, as much as some of these characters infuriate, that's a lot of bad guys. As much as a lot of these decisions bother me for these characters, you know, like trying to extort a fucking commerce guild. I keep wanting to say commission guild, and I am genuinely sorry. But like, what did that guy smoke to think that trying to literally rob the representative of the freaking commission or commerce guild was an intelligent idea? I was genuinely stuck. Okay, like, I love this game. I hate when my character can't get past the freaking area.
Not too far now.
Rain outlines your fate.
Wow. I'm sorry, no, you don't get to live for that! Okay, I'm out of combat. Let me fucking res her. Jesus!
Don't worry, there's no ambush.
Biggest gripe about Arle is that you can't fucking heal her for shit! Like, I'm not opposed to freaking Phoenix mechanics. Like, I'm not opposed to lifesteal. I'm not opposed to the only way I can heal is with my own abilities. Genuinely, I'm not opposed to all that. But when it gets the character killed, and there's a healing cooldown, or a revive cooldown, that's as egregious. And once again, I do understand that it's to avoid abuse. Because if you can just make a character survive for, what, 10 seconds before they die, and then you res another one, or you res another one before that character dies, you should obviously wait longer. But I'm sorry, practically a minute and a half cooldown's kind of a bit much. Well, not really, but like, I don't know. I feel like the game is just too fast-paced for it to make any proper sense. Also, I'm being stalked.
Laid bare.
Like, I genuinely wish there was a way to heal Arle better than what she can be healed by. Or, like, make it so that you can use a food item on her outside of combat to heal her. Like, that would be good for me. Or make her immune to her own fire. That would also be a good thing. Like I said, I wasn't joking when I say I lose more health. No. You don't get to live. Oh wait, you're a Geo one. Never mind. I'm gonna be less angry about it. I thought you were a Dendro one. I apologize. Yeah, I mean, you also don't get to live, but you get to live more likely than that one does.
That guy said there were 5 carts in total, so that should be all of them. Let's get back. This has all been quite exhausting for poor little Paimon. He definitely owes Paimon some snacks.
Is this voice for Paimon different than what is currently her voice? It feels like it is. It feels like Paimon's, like, quieter.
Here, we've made a note of the cart's locations. All 5 of them. Can you sell us the core lapis now?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you both. Yes, let's make this official. I also hope you could put in a good word with your boss for me.
The amount of ball kicking I want to do to you right now is extremely high, but I'm going to be nice.
Done and dusted. Yeah! Paimon's got a knack for this business malarkey, don't you think? Now for the final stop on our core lapis.
I'm sorry, but that's not a bluff.
Place.
Ugh. If you're getting scammed like that, you really need to report it. Like, surprise, surprise, the business world is full of, like, fucking back alley deals and shit like that, but there are laws for a decent chunk of it. And guess what? Extortion is illegal. It's been difficult, but people have been busted for it. Although I don't know if that would technically count as extortion. I mean, maybe? I don't know. It's not like he wasn't giving us a choice. It's just like... I guess price gouging?
Just who I was hoping to see. I was just thinking to myself, Gentry mouth-sized thugs have been mysteriously absent for a while now. You wouldn't know anything about that.
Oh, don't worry. You won't be hearing from them again.
Oh? What happened?
Well, the two treasure hoarders kind of fled. The Fatui bitch didn't make it.
Huh? Oh, I see now. You're in this trade too. So you're trying to beat him to the post, eh? Appearances can be deceiving, that's for sure. But I don't care who you are. A discount of 70% is simply impossible. The maximum I can do is 40% off, and even then I'm only breaking even.
No need. We'll take it at the market rate.
You mean you're not trying to force the price down? What's going on?
I can understand his confusion. I genuinely can. This poor man has been through so much.
Make a profit on this batch after all. But Gentry mouth-sized thugs could still come back after I've sold it.
If Paimon told you they're not gonna bother you again, then you'd better believe they're not gonna bother you again.
Huh. Okay then. My situation can hardly get worse from here in any case.
I mean, he is right. What's the worst they can do? Kill him? Oh, wait.
But tell me, what on earth do you plan to do with so much core lapis?
We're gonna extort somebody.
Actually, it's for a commission. Can't go into too much detail.
Thank you. Thank you a million times over. I really don't know what to say.
Good people always get what's coming to them in the end. And so will the nasty people.
So everybody gets what's coming to them in the end.
Anyway, let's get going, because apparently we have a show to watch at the Feiyun Commerce Guild's warehouse.
Also, technically speaking, I know we're technically working for them, but aren't we also, like, civilians? Why is there a warehouse on the other side of the mountain? I mean, there's probably not much space to build it anywhere else, but, like, why is it so far away? I feel like that's... like, okay, so, like, that's obviously a real-world thing that can happen with, like, Walmarts and Amazon and shit like that, but, like, still, it's... This isn't modern-day times where we have motorized vehicles driving shit around for us. This is...
Welcome. The final act in this drama would not be complete without you two here as audience.
You better believe it. We're the ones who've been doing all this.
Okay, but why is he here?
What exactly have you been doing all this time?
Well, naturally, I used the time to immerse myself completely in Legend of the Shattered Halberd. I managed to finish the book off, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
I've done that in the past. I get what I get what he means.
Divine Halberd, an ominous sword. Mir and Wei Yang. The way the story develops across the first 5 volumes, nothing short of exemplary. But the 6th volume? Words fail me.
Okay, everybody say it with me now. Do we have time for this?
How blessed we are to have such an author grace our world with such works.
And this is related to Gentry Moutsai how?
It's not. But when something surpasses expectations to such a degree, one must show one's appreciation. And it is thanks to your help that everything will play out just as I had foreseen.
Why does Paimon have to be the only one who doesn't get what's going on? No fair.
Yeah, it does kind of sound like Paimon's voice actor's, like, less emotional. Like, it feels like she has less emotion. Am I just hearing things? Am I losing it? I might be losing it. Guys, I think I'm losing it. Oh god, I'm going crazy! I think I just scared my dog doing that.
Think about it. Gentry Moutsai goes searching for core lapis all over Liyue Harbor, and he doesn't find a single piece. He panics. Without the goods, he can't fulfill his contract. And if he can't fulfill his contract, he can't stay in good standing with the Fatui.
Who wants to stay in good standing with the Fatui?
He hears a rumor that the Feiyun Commerce Guild is the culprit. Panic turns to disbelief. Gentry Moutsai is a hugely powerful figure in the business world. Never has anyone dared to target him like this.
Okay, so like I know for a fact that what you're saying is true, and that he is being targeted. Kind of a big ego to assume he's being targeted.
So regardless of whether it is revenge or a swift resolution that he seeks, he is certain to...
So it was you! You were the one sticking your necks out for Chang the Ninth!
Why do people with money assume they're untouchable and immune to punches to the face?
Speak of the devil.
I went everywhere trying to find someone selling core lapis before I realized the Feiyun Commerce Guild had been on an acquisition spree. Core lapis is hardly a rare mineral, and yet suddenly the stocks dry up, just like that. Explain yourselves. What is the meaning of this persecution?
Sir, you're trying to extort somebody's livelihood. I don't think you're allowed to use the word persecution in this sentence, even though technically speaking, you are correct.
We are not persecuting you, but protecting another, one to whom I am indebted. Upon witnessing
I'm persecuting him.
injustice, it is a perfectly normal response to rush to the aid of he who has been wronged. Was it not one of your own men who said, "This isn't over"?
You clearly don't know what's good for you. I won't beat around the bush.
I want you to think about what you're about to say.
Master, if you please, seize their core lapis.
See, this is why I hate the Fatui! Also, why are the fire dudes always the bosses? Okay, where is he? There he is. Oh, look at him. He's so cute and adorable. He thinks he's a threat. He thinks he's a threat. He's so adorable.
Impressive. You are no commoners. To continue this fight would be to incur greater losses than I can accept.
Their strength is almost spent. Finish them off. The core lapis is almost within our grasp.
I'm gonna let them talk, and I'm just gonna sit in disbelief.
Might I remind you that the Fatui's relationship with you extends to business matters only. I did not lend you my men to have them stir up trouble at your beck and call.
At least this asshole has some brains.
What are you saying? Master, everything I did with only one thing in mind. To complete the order.
Then figure it out by yourself.
Don't go. Wait. Master, wait.
Why are you so hell-bent?
What are you doing here? Are you hurt?
Thanks to this valiant young man, I am unscathed.
Why are you so hell-bent on doing business with the Fatui?
You are the heir of the Feiyun Commerce Guild?
Oh my goodness, congratulations, sir. You have some brain cells that work.
Clan and second son of the Feiyun Commerce Guild manager, and I make no secret of it.
Drats! I've been played like a fiddle.
Gentry Moutsai. Coercion and intimidation are hardly the attributes of a respectable businessman. The problems that your business practices have created, I have sought to resolve through mine. I shudder to think what the Fatui will do with you if you fail to provide their core lapis.
You meddling swine. Well, go on. Tell me, what will you sell it for?
Since you asked Chang the Ninth for a discount of 70%, let's fight fire with fire, shall we? 3 times the market rate sounds fair, no?
How dare you subject me to such viciousness? This is a malicious and calculated attempt to run me into the ground.
You actively sent foreigners to attack a guild's warehouse. What did you expect to happen had you succeeded?
Deep breaths now. This is a simple decision. Will you buy or not?
Fine. Have it your way. I'll find the money somehow. Happy now?
Aren't you fucking rich?
On behalf of the Feiyun Commerce Guild, I thank you for your business and hope you will continue to do business with us in future.
Can I kill this guy?
You? Funny speaking, book reading, guhua geeking Xingqiu are the heir of the Feiyun Commerce Guild?
The man has literal gold embroidery on his body.
So that massive stash of Mora you let us burn through in a day? That was from your private vault?
'Twas but a paltry sum. I got to make a very sound investment while putting Gentry Moutsai in his place. A classic two birds, one stone situation. Very droll. My family can always tell me from my handwriting. It's certainly one of my distinguishing features.
Look at this man, head to toe, dressed in fancy. Paimon, how could you not figure he's a rich figure? Obviously, we wouldn't have figured out that he was the heir of the Feiyun Commerce Guild, because there's nothing on him to suggest that.
Paimon read in one of these martial artist novels that when rich heirs like you get angry at someone, you have their arms and legs chopped off.
Paimon, why are you looking at me when you say that?
Paimon's toast, and sorry, very sorry. Please don't hurt Paimon.
You can fly! You can fly up! You'll be fine!
Calm down. Since you can fly, you
Thank you.
need your legs anyway.
I mean, what? Not where I was going with that, but fair.
Save me, save me. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill.
Jokes aside, I have the two of you to thank for this successful resolution. Really, you were a huge help. Meanwhile, Legend of the Shattered Halberd was positively riveting. Much obliged if you could return it to Chang the Ninth for me. I did nothing, and hence deserve none of his gratitude. The two of you, meanwhile, though strangers to the circumstances...
My dude, you gave us money.
Saved the day.
You gave us money, and it cost, as Paimon said, around 2 million to buy out all of Liwei's core lapis.
To have made such valiant and chivalrous friends is more than enough for me, my liege.
And if we're assuming... What would that be? Would that be like 1.33 mil? No. 66 mil? No, 6,600. No, 660, sorry. I'm so bad at this. 660 times 3 would be 180. Which would leave 200 left. 200 left. 1.8 actually. Which would leave 200,000 left over. So if we are assuming that it's all about the same and they all had roughly the same amount of stock, 5 of that would roughly be what? 3 million? No. Yes?
My lord, forgive the intrusion.
Roughly 3 million? To buy out all their stock? 33,200,000.
Please inform my father thusly. I have averted a disaster and earned a sizable sum of money in the process. Might this meritorious act compensate for my prior transgressions and earn me a few more days of freedom, perchance? Legend of the Shattered Halberd speaks of a domain that I should very much like to investigate.
For all your clever long words, the fact is you're just a lazy bones who doesn't want to work.
Well, no, in his case, he's probably like got a schedule packed with shit that's not good for your mental health. Good for your skill base, but not good for your mental health.
What if I told you that a reward awaits you at Chang the Ninth's palace, and not just his gratitude?
A reward? that sweetens the deal somewhat.
It seems whatever I say, there's no persuading you to stay. Oh, I didn't realize you weren't aware.
Thank you in advance for returning the book for me. I will take my leave now. May we meet again, fellow merchants.
Yeah, that quest took longer than it was supposed to because I kind of got heated with some of the decisions made in this story. Also, I'm sorry. Obviously, the Feiyun Commission is quite well known. How do they not know who the heir is? Like, am I overthinking this one? I might be overthinking this one. There's a thing there.
You're back. This morning, the pawnbroker showed up and gave me back my entire collection. I'm positive that you must have been behind this once again. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Please don't say that. You have no idea how much this means to me.
Don't say that. You're obviously the ones that do that, you vagabond-looking people who are covered head to toe in dust.
The Chang family was a prestigious household in Liyue back in the day. Unfortunately, after I took over the family's affairs as heir, a series of business setbacks devoured our fortune. Since then, I've saved for years, hoping to restore the house to its former glory. In the end, everything was riding on this Corlapis deal. Were it not for you, this barren wasteland in the mountains would have become my final resting place.
Poor guy.
Wow, that's the second heir we've met in this town.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing? Oh, here's your book back.
Wonderful. Legend of the Shattered Halberd. I was beginning to think that Guhua rascal had swindled me.
Do people really look down on the Guhua clan so much?
Actually, the art is centuries old and was once held in high esteem. But now it has faded beyond recognition.
It's like looking at Kung Fu and saying it's not popular anymore.
To instigate a revival, you need to inject some fresh blood, but it's hard to attract budding young talent to a dying art. And so it becomes a vicious cycle. In any case, Guhua kids these days. Take that young rascal Xingqiu, for instance. For all his talk about repaying kindness with kindness and whatnot, what has he done to show for it? You're the ones who've displayed a genuine sense of responsibility. What does it matter? Anyway, you wanted the Liyue volume of the Teyvat travel guide, didn't you? I'll fetch
Sweet.
it. It's yours to keep. In addition, here is but a small token of appreciation for your huge generosity. My ore is sold, and my treasured books have... What?
What was that? Paimon saw something fall out.
Oh, nothing. Nothing. That little rascal surely isn't...
Finally. Once again, that was mostly my fault anyways, because I was just going off.